Greetings, Melvananians, Civil Supermanium, Station Master West Green. I'm here, Steve. Welcome to part 8 of Building with Thompson DJH. Sorry, let's stop there. Welcome to building part 8 of the B1 locomotive kit from DJH. So, there's no wheels on it, but I'll just put this on here. And the boiler's not stuck on, and the cab roof's not stuck on. I'll show you what I've been up to. So we'll take the cab roof off, and we'll take off the boiler. That leaves me this load of gubbins. So what I've done, I've folded the frame up, soldered that all in. Then this is all white metal, and these are brass overlays. I did try soldering them on by tinning it and then using low melt solder, but it wasn't as successful as I wanted it to be. So rather than risk it, I went and bought some Araldite 5-minute job. Mix it up, and I spread it. I spread that over the back of here, very thin coating. Then I've lined it all up perfectly, says Steve, perfectly, and then I clamped it on and left it for 5 minutes. Now about 5-10 minutes, whatever, and it's all solid. I think that was the safest option. Now I've also been working on, let's pull this off, the frames. So that's a fold up wee jobby, and it fits perfectly in there, so I'm very, very happy about that. The next thing, I've only just folded it up, nothing's soldered, and I've been debating on whether I should use horn guides. For those who don't know, instead of having fixed bearings, you cut this out and there's a sliding bearing. It's got a spring on it, so it allows that to move up and down. But to do that, to facilitate that operating, it means I've got to take the coupling rods and split them in two so that they're articulated. There's one part of them, there's 3-part laminate. It means I would have to actually cut them and split them. So, and I really don't know if it's worth the effort, to be honest. The other thing I was working on is where to put the motor. Now I've actually fitted it, I can actually put a motor on this axle, and that'll go that way and fold up like that, but over there. However, that will show through this lightning hole there. I don't know if that's a big deal or not. I guess once I paint it black, even the motor frame would paint it black, no one's going to know. I mean, I don't know. So I haven't worked on that one yet, but that's where I'm up to at the moment. Stay tuned. I'll be back. You can guarantee it. This is just electrical solder. Cut a piece off like that. Drop it in there. Bit of flux. I'm just going to solder the frames up. I use electrical solder because it's actually very strong. This is just phosphoric acid flux. So just put that down there. Using my RSU now. So put my probe on the iron. This is a metal plate which is earthed. just a bit more flux, so I get a nice web fillet. I'll tell you about the solder I use in a minute. I mean the flux. Might just put a bit more solder on. Bit more flux. On with that, press the foot switch. And there she goes. I'll finish them off now. So let's just talk about flux for a second. Some people use cars and stuff like that as if it's some special stuff. Well, that's not Colgate, it's the old bottle. To be honest, it's not the best bottle, because if you put that down, you put a brush in it, you know how often you know how easy it goes to go. It goes all over the bench. Why do I do it? Actually, I should get a piece of wood, big piece of wood, and put a hole in it so that it stands upright. But anyway, I don't. I just use that. So what I do, this is a flux. I'm here in Australia, but I'm sure you can get this stuff anywhere. This is Bondall Rain-X Rust Buster. Oh. Now, what does it say? Phosphoric acid solution. That's what it is. And you buy a little bottle of cars for God knows, you know, a little piddly thing. This, I don't know, it's about $10 for 500ml. And what you do, this is, I read somewhere, it's about 36% phosphoric acid. You only want about 7 to 10%. So what I do, I fill it, there's no magic in this. I fill that up about a third, fill the rest up with water. It's sold as brass, it's sold as white metal. And, or flux is it, and it works. The other thing is, I always wash things, because I put flux on it, and it's phosphoric acid, it eats into it, so I always rinse this. Some people use a, what do I call it, flush it, and you can buy stuff like to rinse off the acid, to neutralise it's called. So why buy? All you need is a solution of an alkaline solution, and you know what I reckon is good? Bath salts, because they're basically it's alkaline, like soap is. So if you just mix up a few bath salt, a bath of I don't know, a container, when you finish, dunk it in there for 10 minutes, rinse it off, done. Save yourself a lot of money, I tell you. So, a bit more work on the B1 today. I'll show you what I've done. I've been working on the chassis. So what I've done, hold on, let's get my pointer. You have to have a pointer, don't you? I mean, I just can't live without one. This will do. So, I put in this spacer, which is L-shaped, that's soldered in. Then I put this in, this is white metal. So to put this in, I tinned the brass, and then I put white metal solder on the bottom of this, and fluxed it all up and soldered it on and ran some up the side. You need to tin the brass because the white metal solder was, they're written it's not really a solder anyway. It won't solder the brass. You've got to tin it to make you think it's white metal. The other thing I've done, I put in the top hat bearings. I've got 6 of them. So what I did is got these jig axles. I put the bearing, sorry, there's the jig axle. I put the bearings on, and then I used some solder paste on the inside, held it in place, and I used my RSU, put it on there, and it just fizzles and crackles, and it solders them in. At least that way I know that they're lined up with the axle, so there's no binding. Well, there's a bit of binding on it now because of what I've done too is these dummy springs and horn guides. You see them there? There they are. I'll put those on today. I had a go at soldering them, it wasn't too successful, so what I did is I mixed up some 5-minute araldite, put them on, just clamped them. So that's it, that's a fair bit of work done for today. I'm pretty pleased with it. So far so good. I finally put this thing on the wheels. So it looks like fairly long. So I've just been looking at all I've built since I've been modelling O gauge. I'll do a rundown for you. So how am I going to do this? Let's start at the beginning and end at the end. So here's all the Locos I've built, with the exception of one, which I'll go into in a minute. So this is the first Loco I built. That's a 4-track J6, a 536 series Loco. So it's one of the Gresley engines. I've built some, Gresley built some. So that was the first one. The second Loco I built was my beloved J50. This is a connoisseur kit, and I've remodeled that one. That's got a Maxon mini box in it. I love those ABC Maxon mini box. What else? Then I've built the L1. It's got a Ron Chapin motor. Yeah, that was a Meteor model when I bought it. What else did I build? Then I got hold of this. This is a Connoisseur N7. That's also got a Maxon mini box in. Jim wasn't making these at the time, so I had to. I bought one second hand and repainted it. So I've done that. Then I built. What did I build next? Yes. Really proud of this one. It's come up really well. This is the only one I haven't weathered. This is a N2, a Warren Shepherd N2. It also runs a Maxon mini box. Do you get the impression I like Maxon motors and ABC gearboxes? Of course I do. What else have I got? This is an ongoing project. This is an Ace kit. Ace by name. That's it. Less said about Ace kits, the better. And to be honest, it's still got a bit of work to be done on it. It's probably about 10 years getting that far. And I nearly threw it in Sydney Harbour, I kid you not. Anyway, then I built a DMR J17. That's also, I can't remember what motor that's got. That's got a Maxon mini box in it too. That's a DMR kit, really good kit. Then I bought another Connoisseur, a J15. That's got a horrible motor in it, I want to get rid of that. That's one of them stupid Shogun motors from Tower Models. Then I built this for my grandson Jake. It's a Connoisseur. That's got an 1833 Mishima. I think that's about it. On the bench down here, I've got a Grizzly A4, it's a Finney kit. Got a few issues with that. I can't find some of the parts anyway. Then I've got two ready to run 08 and a, what do I call it? I like this. I was there the last day this run. L94. So I weathered it. I'm pretty proud of the way I got I wanted to show water after it had been filled. Yeah, so that's it. But onwards and upwards. Still got a lot of work on there, but it does look like a B1 now.